Hello.
Okay, good evening.
Good
Hello.
evening. You're welcome. Can you hear me?
Thank you. Can hear you clearly.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay. Amazing. Amazing. Let's just kindly hold on for others to join in and we'll
to
get
join in. Okay.
started.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. Welcome, everyone. Please, if you can hear me, just tell me yes, I can hear you.
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, amazing. Thank you for joining us.
Thank
We'll be
you.
starting in the next 1 minute. Let's just give some other persons time to join us. Right. So starting now, welcome and welcome again. Please, if you can hear me, just say I can hear you, so we can just get started.
I can hear you.
All right. Now, welcome everyone. My name is Peter, and like I said in the group chat, I'm not a crypto expert, but I understand a bit about blockchain and cryptocurrency. So I will be taking time to explain some foundationals. This class was meant for foundationals, like people that have no idea about what the blockchain or cryptocurrency is, right? And the reason why I set up this class was so that I was having a lot of questions, right? I was having a lot of questions. People asking me, um, Peter, this crypto stuff said, how did it happen? How do we do it? How do we go about it? So I was having those kind of questions, and I said, okay, since I already have some foundational knowledge, let me just put together a very quick class and explain some things to those who need the knowledge. All right. So and also I found out that most people that enter into the crypto space, most of the time, I see a lot of persons just losing money left and right. They are losing money on something they don't understand. They treat crypto like a gamble. They treat it like a get rich quick scheme. Yes, crypto can change your life. Crypto can make you stupidly rich. Last week, was it? No, this week. Today is Sunday. So last week, we had people who became um, millionaires in hundreds of millions in some certain coins and the like. So it happens. Crypto can make you stinkingly rich, but at the same time, you still need knowledge about it so that you can be properly informed and not just lose your money anyhow. Can you still hear me? Can you still hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, cool.
Clearly.
So I'm just trying to admit some person in the waiting room. I'm trying to admit them, and so we can continue. All right, you're welcome. Comfort, you're welcome. Zina, you're welcome. Thank you for joining us today. Okay. All right. Right. So now, the first thing I want to explain, the thing is that most people they see blockchain and they see cryptocurrency. They don't understand the difference between blockchain and cryptocurrency. Okay. All right. So some persons they don't understand the difference between crypto and the blockchain. They are two entirely different concepts, and I'll take the next few minutes to break it down for us so that we can understand the difference between blockchain and cryptocurrency, and then we can get started. Now, blockchain is okay. Just hold on. Okay. Trying to. Now, blockchain. Let's start from blockchain. The truth is, cryptocurrency is very broad, and blockchain is very broad, right? Blockchain is something that was developed in 2009 by Satoshi and his group. The truth is, if you don't know who Satoshi is, Satoshi, we feel some person say Satoshi is a person, some say Satoshi is a human, is a company. We don't really know who Satoshi is, but they came up with a concept called the blockchain, right? And on that blockchain, that is what has prompted the eruption of a lot of things. So under the blockchain, we have different blockchain networks. We have different projects coming up under the blockchain. So the blockchain is like, how do I put it now? The blockchain is like the pata of them all. And then we now have things that are springing up from under the blockchain. So for you to first understand what cryptocurrency is, you have to first understand what the blockchain is. Are you with me?
Yes.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
If I'm talking too fast, please just let me know that I'm talking too fast so I can reduce the speed of talking. Some persons say I talk too fast. So
The piece is okay, I guess.
all right.
No.
So now let's start from the very foundation. What is a blockchain? A blockchain is, you can see my screen, right?
Sound like smoke. Playground.
Please, someone's mic is on. Please, if your mic is on, please, once you enter, just quietly switch it off. Once you enter, quietly switch off your mic, turn off your mic, please. Someone is eating. Who is that? All right. Now, what is a blockchain? A blockchain is a growing list of records called blocks that are linked together using cryptography, right? It is a decentralized distribution ledger, and each block, like the pages of a book, has its peculiar information and are linked together using cryptography and cannot be altered. Now, I want to explain this concept briefly before we go ahead. Now, you know, back in the days, for those of us that are not Indomie generation, that are a little bit aged, back in the days, when you go to the bank, right? When you get to the bank, when you deposit money, I don't think it still happens in banks now, but I think back then when we were still very young, when you enter into the banks and you deposit money, once you deposit money, there's this large book we used to see on the counter. How many of you remember?
Yes, I do. I remember.
Yeah. So there's this large book we see on the counter, and this large book contains, once you deposit money, you slot in your name, how much you deposited, and even the teller number and the person you're depositing the money to. So that book on that counter was called a ledger, right? It was called a ledger. And now, if somebody, for example, I go to, let's say, First Bank, for instance, and I deposit money into First Bank, if somebody wants to alter my transaction or wants to prove that I did not make a transaction, all the person needed to do was just to either steal that ledger or tear out the page where I wrote that transaction. Once they tear out that page, there is actually no record that I actually made such a transaction, right? So that was also, as at the time blockchain was developed, as at 2009, that was what was obtainable in the banking or the financial sector. They used documents to prove that transactions existed. So what these guys did was they did a kind of a digital ledger. But now what this digital ledger is decentralized. By decentralized, what I mean by decentralized is it is not just in one place. So imagine I go to the bank and I have this, I get to the counter and I see this ledger. So once I see this ledger, immediately I write my transaction. All the banks around the world have a copy of that ledger automatically. Imagine that was possible as far back as 2009. That is what the blockchain was actually doing as far back as 2009, right? So the blockchain was like kind of a decentralized ledger. Yeah, once a transaction is performed, it is spread across all the computers connected to the blockchain at that point in time. So you can see how beautiful the blockchain is, right? And I said it's a growing list of records called blocks that are linked together using cryptography. So cryptography is where the word crypto comes from, and cryptography just simply means a very is like code, right? But it's highly encrypted. It's a very high tech stuff, very encrypted, right? And it makes use of. I will explain cryptography as we go along, right? But what you just need to know is that blockchain is made up of highly encrypted codes that make it very functional, and it's a list of records. A list of records. called blocks, right? So just hold that thought, and then as we proceed, hold that thought as we proceed. Now, there are 4 key features of the blockchain. What makes the blockchain unique? What makes it special? There are 4 key features of the blockchain that makes it very unique and why people are flocking into the blockchain constantly. The first is immutability. Immutability is one of the key features of the blockchain. What does it mean? What do I mean by immutability? It just simply means that the blockchain cannot be altered. Transactions made on the blockchain cannot be altered. Now, back in the days, like I said earlier, if I want to prove that the transaction did not exist, all I had to do was just to tear out a copy of, or tear out that page where you wrote your transaction, and all traces of that transaction is cancelled. You cannot prove that you made that deposit in the bank. But now with the blockchain, what happens is that once a transaction is made, a lot of computers around the world, as long as they are connected to the blockchain at that point in time, receive a copy of that transaction. So for you to actually alter the blockchain, you need to be able to access at least over 50% of the computers connected to the blockchain at that point in time. And that is almost impossible to do. Please, we are hearing some noises at the background. Should I mute everybody? I think everyone is muted now, right? Okay, right. If you can hear me, just type in the chat box. I can hear you. Let's be using the chat for now. Just type in the chat box. I can hear you. Okay, amazing. So I would share my screen again and would continue from where we stopped. All right. So, all right. Now, back to what we're saying. We're talking about the key features of the blockchain. And we said the first is immutability. And I quickly explained what immutability means. Immutability is simply that the blockchain cannot be altered. And why it cannot be altered is because of the number of computers connected to the blockchain at a particular point in time, right? Now, under the immutability, if you can see the slide, under the immutability section, I wrote here, blockchain is automatically checked every 10 minutes and a new block begins, and nodes have access to these blocks. So every 10 minutes, what happens is that the blockchain automatically checks all the transactions that's happened in the last 10 minutes and creates what is known as a block, right? And that block is shared to all the computers around the world connected to the blockchain at that point in time, right? So for somebody to actually hack the blockchain, you have to have access to at least over 50% of the computers connected to the blockchain at that point in time, which is almost impossible to do. There are computers connected to the blockchain all over the world, from Africa down to Europe, down to Asia. So you have to be really, it will take a worldwide hack. Like, yes, governments have to come together before they can hack the blockchain. That's what I believe personally, that governments have to come together before they can hack the blockchain. Now, the second feature of the blockchain is decentralization. Decentralization, meaning that there is no centralized authority on the blockchain. Nobody controls the blockchain. That's what makes it very beautiful. No singular person or government organization controls the blockchain, right? One of the things we love about the blockchain. That is why whatever the government is doing, whatever any president that wakes up and, I don't know, wakes up and his eye is not very correct like that, whatever happens, he has no access. Yeah, he cannot control what happens on the blockchain, right? Now, the third thing is enhanced security. Data is entirely secure on the blockchain thanks to encryption with public and private keys. Because of public and private keys, right? So when you talk about public and private keys, okay, I will just explain this briefly. A public key, for some of you, that some persons in this group, they already know a bit about crypto. They have a wallet and the like. So when you send somebody your wallet address, right, That is a part of your public key, But now your private key is what is randomly generated by the blockchain for every cryptocurrency wallet. So for somebody to hack into your cryptocurrency wallet, the person needs to have access to both your public key and your private key. The public key is what everybody can see, your address, your wallet address, what everyone can see. But the private key is what you have personal access to. That's why most times when you grant people access to your wallet, they can actually hack into your wallet. Or if you allow some third-party apps access into your wallet, they can hack your wallet because they have access to your private key now. So that's what makes the blockchain very unique, because of the enhanced security. And also, the last thing that makes the blockchain unique is the blockchain is fast and transparent. Transactions on the blockchain happen in minutes, and everyone can see those transactions. If you make a transaction on the blockchain, you have you get what is known as a transaction hash. So once I have that anybody that has that transaction hash can see all the transactions made on the blockchain. You get me, right? You can once someone makes a transaction, everybody on the blockchain can see that transaction. The only thing they might not be able to see is who made the transaction, but they can see the address the transaction was made and how and who it was made to. So they can see all those details on the blockchain. So nobody can come and say I made a transaction and it did not, and that person, nobody can come and deny that a transaction was made, because you can always verify it. And also it's very fast. Now, for me to send money from here to the US, I can send it today. Today is a weekend. I can send it today and it will get to the US. Before the person in the US will receive the money, it might be next by Monday, like tomorrow or by next tomorrow, right? But on the blockchain, transactions happen in minutes. In minutes, some on some platforms, they happen in seconds, right? So those are the things that make the blockchain very unique and very interesting. These 4 features are some of the key features of the blockchain. All right. So if you understand what I just said, just type in the chat box, I can understand. I understand. Just type in the chat box, I understand. I understand. All right. Amazing. So we'll go on. Now, I know some of you over the time you have been hearing a lot of things. You'll be hearing things like Ethereum, Bitcoin. For some persons that are pretty much that know about blockchain for a while, right? You hear about Ethereum, you hear about Cardano, and a lot of other things. You hear about Binance too, right? Now, all those things are called blockchain platforms. Now, what are blockchain platforms? Blockchain platforms allow the development of blockchain-based applications. They can either be permissioned or permissionless, right? So now, blockchain was built to make life easier. Right? And now some platforms exist on the blockchain so that people can build things on the blockchain. Now on the blockchain, we have things that are called decentralized apps. We have things that are called decentralized finance and a lot of other things, right? So all those things are, as time goes, as you go on in the crypto space, you get to know some of these things better, right? Now, all these things are built on blockchain platforms. Now, some persons, they don't call it blockchain platforms anymore. They just call it blockchain, right? But they are called blockchain platforms, right? They exist so that people can build on them. So people can build stuff on them. People can build games on them. People can build apps on them. People can build real life applications of the blockchain on the blockchain platforms. That's what they exist to do. And now there are a lot of blockchain platforms. There's the Ethereum blockchain platform, the Ripple blockchain platform, Hyperledger, EOS, and a lot of others, right, that have been built on the blockchain. And they exist just so that people can. The blockchain was built to solve real life problems. And to solve those real life problems, applications have to be built. Technology has to advance. So it is on the blockchain platforms that all these other applications are built, on the various blockchain platforms. So when you get home after this class, remember, this is just a foundational class. You can go and build on it, just research on different blockchain platforms. There are hundreds of them available. And sometimes we call these blockchain platforms the blockchain networks. So someone can come and say, I want to make a transaction on the Ethereum network. Ethereum is a blockchain platform. So it's making the transaction on the Ethereum network. Another person can come and say, I want to make a transaction on the Tron network, right? It's simply saying that he wants to make a transaction on the Tron blockchain platform, right? It just means the same thing. Okay, so we'll move on from here. Now, we have a foundational knowledge of the blockchain, right? The blockchain has a lot of various applications, both in the financial sector, in the real estate sector, politics. Okay, let me just give you guys some real life examples. For instance, if let me give you a real estate application for blockchain. If, for instance, I'm a landlord, for instance, I can decide to build my, now we have smart houses. We have houses that are smart houses that run on high level tech, right? I can try to integrate blockchain to my house in such a way that once someone's rent expires, the person loses access to that house. There are people that are developing that technology right now, that once I build a house, I integrate it with blockchain technology, and then all you just have to do is to pay your rent. You pay your rent, the house opens up to you. All the technologies, all the features of the house open up to you. But the day your rent expires, you lose access to that house. You cannot even enter the house. Even if you manage to enter the house, there will be no light, there will be no water, there will be nothing in the house for you, right? People are developing such technology in the real estate space right now, and it's very, gradually, I'm sure with time it will become mainstream, right? So people are doing stuff like that in the real estate space. In the agricultural space, for instance, I know we have some persons that are into agriculture here. I saw some of them in the group chat that are into agriculture. In the agricultural space, it's already existing. It's not that they are working on it. It's already existing now, that people can track what happens on the value chain in the agricultural sector. By value chain, I mean when food is produced, food comes from the farm, right? First of all, there's a seed. There are farms where people get seeds from, and then they plant those seeds. And after a while, they water the seeds grow into fruits, they harvest those seeds, and then they harvest those fruits, and then they take them to the factories for production. Then after production, they package it and then send it to the market, right? Now that is called a value chain system, from the seed stage down to when the goods get to the stores where people can buy. So now people have built a system on the blockchain where they can track the progress of those food items. So if I buy a food item from ShopRite, for instance, and I find out that it's bad. Let's say I buy oranges or orange juice from ShopRite now, and I find out that what I bought was actually bad or something was wrong with it. With the current state of blockchain value chain system, I can track where the problem came from. Did the problem come from the stores? Did the problem come from production? Did the problem come from the farm? Or did it even come from the seeds that produced those items, right? So now it exists like that in the blockchain. I'm just trying to explain some of the applications of the blockchain. Also in politics too, people have developed blockchain systems in politics that allow people to vote. Our country currently does not support such electronic systems, but it exists. I think it has been tested in some places already, even in Nigeria. I think someone tested it in one university in Nigeria a while back, right? Where people can vote seamlessly and without hassle, right? Blockchain can enable us to do that. We have some lawyers too here. I saw someone who is a lawyer in the group chat, right? As a lawyer, you can actually integrate blockchain into clients' wills. So a man wants to give out his will when he's dead, right? He can actually write that will on the blockchain. And now everybody knows that anything that is written on the blockchain cannot be altered. So once the will is being read, let's say the person is dead and gone, and the will is being read, there will be no doubt that it is actually this person that wrote this will, because it was written on the blockchain, right? So those are even when it comes to the medical sector too. Now, if you get to your hospital now, right, and you want to you get to your hospital now and you want to register, get admitted into the hospital. Yeah, that's the right word. Get admitted into the hospital. You'd have to buy a card in the hospital. They'll have to run tests on you to find out what the problem is and everything. Right? Sorry, this session will soon end. Maybe when it ends, I'll send another link to the group so that we can all join in again and then finish up the session, right? So once in the medical sector, once someone once you get into the hospital, they need to run tests on you to know what's your to know what problems you are facing. But now on the blockchain, it's possible to actually have somebody's medical record on the blockchain, so that once someone gets to a hospital, all they need to do is just to pull your data from the blockchain. Once they pull your data from the blockchain, they can actually know all about you without having to run some other tests or you buying cards or all those things. So the blockchain is pretty mad and has a lot of wide applications, right? But now what we want to consider now is cryptocurrency, because that's what is trending the most in Nigeria. Cryptocurrency. What are cryptocurrencies and why do they exist? Please, if you understand all I've said so far, just type on the chat box, I understand, please. I want you to properly understand what we are into. I don't want to just be talking and jumping up and down. All right, Fola Sogo says, I understand. Please, if you understand, just type in the chat box, I understand. Okay, Adiola Samuel says, I understand. All right. Just two of them understand. If there's something you don't understand, please let me know so I can go back. Just let me know so I can go back. Let me know so I can go back. I don't want to unmute everybody because of the noise earlier. So I want to just know that we are following. All right. Okay, so now we'll move on to the next thing. What are cryptocurrencies and why do they exist, right? What are cryptocurrencies and why do they exist? Okay. Now, okay, let's just move ahead. Now, money and cryptocurrencies. Over the centuries, money has shifted to anything you can ascribe value to. I'm trying to explain why cryptocurrencies exist, right? So that we can move on from there. Money and cryptocurrencies. Zina says, I understand. Zina says, I understand. Amazing, amazing, fantastic. Now, money and cryptocurrency. Over the centuries, money has shifted to anything you can ascribe value to, from trade by barter down to metals, to receipts, to fiat, backed up by gold, fiat and now value. I'm going to explain this. Sorry, it's raining where I am currently, so the noise from the rain might disturb a bit. Just hold on, please. Okay. Can you hear me?
Clearly.
All right, amazing. I'm so sorry about that. It's raining heavily where I am, and network is really. All right, so some persons were saying they were having issues. They're having issues logging in. Please, somebody just help me go to the group chat and type that they can try coming in now. Whoever has not been able to log in, someone can just help us type it in. Thank you. All right, so we'll continue from where we stopped. No. You can see my screen, right?
Yes, I can.
Okay.
Oh, please mute everyone, please. Mute everyone.
All right. Please, everybody should just cooperate and just try to mute themselves, please. The last time it just popped up that I should mute everyone. That was how I was able to do that. But as it stands now, I can't really see the pop-up anymore. So, please let's go ahead, please. I don't want to kick anyone out of the room. Once there's a disturbance, we just kick you out. Right? Now, I was saying earlier, I said the reason why cryptocurrency exists is because of how money has shifted over the years, right? Now, back in the days, when you want to exchange value, it was a trade by barter system. So I want to marry your daughter, and like I want to get married to your daughter, I want to give you goats and yams or whatever. and take your daughter. Or I like your house, I want your house, I'll give you a plot of land and take your house. So that was how money started using trade and barter. But over the years, money moved from trade and barter to metals, right? So people discovered that okay, we can actually give value to something using weight of metals, right? Metals like gold, silver, iron, right? They were used to measure value. So if I have metal that weighs 5 kg, right? I can ascribe a value to it. I can say, okay, if I want to get a yam would cost 5 kg of metal, right? And like that, people were using different metals. At the point, people switched to gold, people switched to silver, which are seen as precious metals, right? But now, after that, after a while, people discovered that okay, carrying these metals up and down was really not the best. Was really not the best. If I wanted to travel to Oh, Mr. Ibrahim, just make me the host so I can just go ahead. There's really no time. This meeting is supposed to have ended by now.
Yeah,
It's taking too much
yeah,
time.
you come. Yeah, let me make you the host back. So make host.
I'm really sorry, guys. I'm really sorry.
Yeah, no problem.
Okay, yeah. Thank you so much, Mr. Ibrahim. I appreciate it. Thank you.
You're welcome, son. Thank you very much, too.
Okay. And we are back. Right. You can all see my screen, right? You can all see my screen, right?
Yeah, we can see.
Okay, cool.
Yes.
Now I was trying to explain why cryptocurrency is actually like the relationship between money and cryptocurrency. And I was trying to explain how back in the day money was how the trend of money has been. So we explained from trade and barter at the point people started using metals, right? Now when people were using metals, if I wanted to go to Lagos, for instance, I could not carry that kind of heavy metal. Then there were no cars, there were no people were trekking, right? So I could not carry, or were using horses and donkeys. So I couldn't carry that amount of metal because I want to go to Lagos so I can spend, right? So because of that, what people did was they went with um they started depositing their metals with blacksmiths, right? So they deposited their metals with blacksmiths, and blacksmiths give them receipts, right? So with that receipt, I can actually make a transaction when I travel to Lagos. I can just tell them, okay, I have so and so metal with so and so blacksmith in this place. So whenever you get to that place, just use it and do what you need to do, right? So the blacksmith started offering receipts. Then at a point from receipts, we moved on to fiat currency, which is our paper currency. But back then, paper currency was backed by gold, right? It was backed by real gold. If you can lay your hand on any old currency, like old, I doubt you can find it, but if you can lay your hand on it, you find out that it was backed by real gold, right? Especially the US dollars and the like. But currently now, in the world we're living in, our paper actually doesn't have value except what we say it is, right? There's no real gold backing up our naira or our dollars, right? So basically, our paper is just worthless, right? It's worthless in the real sense of the word. That is why the banks can keep on printing money anytime they like, right? But now money has now moved to value. So I can publish an ebook and tell people the ebook is worth 5,000 naira, and people will pay because money has moved from all those forms of exchange to actually value, right? So that is where cryptocurrency comes in. So cryptocurrency is a means of exchanging value on the blockchain, right? Now, and I said here, a cryptocurrency is a digital or virtual currency that is secured by cryptography, right? So cryptocurrency, while money can be anything that has value that you ascribe value to, for cryptocurrency, it's actually a digital or virtual currency. It's not something you can see or touch, but it's actually on the online space and it has value and is secured by cryptography. I told you earlier that cryptography is a series of complex codes and encryptions that makes sure that transactions are secure, right? So we'll move on from there. Now, how is money generated in crypto? Now, money does not just come from crypto. Crypto does not just appear just like that. Like money does not just appear just like that in crypto, right? There's actually some work that is done. That's why in crypto we have things that when you know more about crypto, you start hearing things like proof of work, proof of work concept. Like the Bitcoin network operates under the proof of work concept, right? So as time goes on, you start hearing stuff like that, and it's because people actually work. That's why money is generated in crypto. Now, I said the money is generated in crypto through mining. I'm sure most of you must have heard of mining, right? You see all those apps that then you come and mine Bitcoin, all those things. Now, some of those apps are actually trash, they're actually scams, but still mining exists, right? And when you hear mining, it's not just about carrying shovel to go and dig something. No, no, no. It's actually a process, right? And I said here, mining is the process of confirming transactions on the blockchain through sets of algorithms and generating cryptocurrencies in the process. Mining is done by miners, right? So mining is just miners do three key things on the blockchain. They confirm networks, they check available balances, and then they transfer assets. Now, miners are not human beings per se. They're actually large computers that are connected to the blockchain, like massive. That's why when I hear people say you can mine with your phone, mine Bitcoin with your phone, I just laugh because people that are actually doing mining with Bitcoin, they use large computers, heavy computers that generate a lot of power. At a point, Elon Musk earlier this year said he's not going to be he's not that much into Bitcoin because of the environmental hazards of that mining has to the environment. So they use large amounts of electricity, large amount of power to mine Bitcoins. Now, when they're mining, they're just solving a lot of computer mathematical equations and puzzles, right? That's how they mine. That's how they mine. They solve a lot of mathematical problems, and that's how they can mine cryptocurrency, right? So they confirm, like I said, miners do three key things. So when for instance, now, um, Miss Ijoma is on this session. So I have $10 worth of cryptocurrency, right? Or let's say Ethereum, for instance, on my wallet, and I want to send it to Miss Ijoma on the blockchain. Once I input her public key, which is her address, I input her public key, and I input, let's say, $10 that I want to send, and I hit send, right? The transaction is going to be pending until miners have done their work. So what miners do is, first thing is that they confirm the network. So they first check, is Peter on the right network? And the network is trying to send to, which is Miss Ijoma, is she also on the right network? So if I'm on the Ethereum network and I'm trying to send something to Miss Ijoma, it first confirms, is Peter on the right network? And then the address Peter wants to send to, which is Miss Ijoma, is that the right network to send it to? So once they confirm that, the next thing they do is to check my balance. So they check, does Peter have up to $10 worth of Ethereum? If he doesn't, the transaction will not pull through, right? But if he does, the transaction will go ahead to continue its process. And the last stage is that the $10 worth of Ethereum I have on my wallet is now transferred to Miss Ijoma. Now, all these things happen in seconds. They happen in seconds, right? Sometimes a minute or two, right? So those confirmation of, that's why sometimes when you with time, when you're into cryptocurrency with time, when you send a transaction, you will start seeing confirmations. You see one confirmation, two confirmations. Some networks, your money does not even land on the second account until it has a particular number of confirmations. For some networks it's 10 confirmations, some is 12, some is I think at the point Matic was around 120 something confirmations, right? So that's what happens when you try to send cryptocurrency. And in that process of mining, right, in the process of trying to mine, when they're trying to now confirm your transactions and they generate more cryptocurrency. They generate that power they are spending generates more cryptocurrency, right? That, and back when back in 2009 when Bitcoin started, the people that could dictate the price of Bitcoin were miners, because they're the ones that had access to cryptocurrency. When they mine, when they confirm transactions on the blockchain, they get rewarded in cryptocurrency. So a miner can decide to say, okay, I have some amount of cryptocurrency, I want to sell it for $10. I want to sell it for $20, and then he puts it out there for sale, and that will determine what people will actually pay for to get the cryptocurrency. right? So back in 2009, the people that had access to cryptocurrency were miners and people that play games. People that play games too. So people played games and they were rewarded with Bitcoin back then. I'm sure most people they don't even know where their Bitcoins are. Those people that were playing those games as far back as 2009. Or it is what it is, right? It is what it is. So let's move on to other things so that we can continue. Now, when you talk about cryptocurrency, there's a lot of news flying around, a lot of money flying around. Money is flying around in the cryptocurrency space. I will not lie to you. I wouldn't lie to you. I think maybe after this session, if you guys need another section, I can bring in someone. There's this lady I know of. She made last week, she made over 100 million naira in crypto, like over 100 million naira. I'm sure it's over 100 million naira she made in cryptocurrency last week. So I can bring her on so she can talk about how to make money in cryptocurrency and some other things, right? But principally, there are four ways to make money with cryptocurrency. The first one is using acquired skills. Now, like I said, before you get into cryptocurrency, you have to understand the blockchain, right? So in the blockchain space, there are a lot of jobs available on the blockchain space right now, like massive jobs available. You can try to become a blockchain developer. You can try to actually become a digital we have a lot of digital marketers here. You can try to actually become a digital marketer for a cryptocurrency company. If you're a graphic designer, you can try to become a graphic designer for a cryptocurrency company. If you're a lawyer, you can try to litigate for a cryptocurrency company. So this is one of the ways where you can get jobs. We have a UI UX designer here also. So you can try to actually do UI UX design for okay, Mr. Ilori says we should bring her. Okay, no problem. I'll talk to her and then maybe book a session on Thursday with her. I think she's free mostly on Thursday. So right. So acquired skills is one very powerful way to actually earn money in the crypto space, right? If you are a UI UX designer, you can do designs for cryptocurrency websites. You can do a lot of stuff around that, right? So acquired skills is one of the ways. Blockchain developers right now, they are earning crazy money, like crazy money right now. Blockchain developers. So you can try to go and learn blockchain development on your own and actually make cool cash with it, right? And it's really amazing. Now, the second way you earn money the second way you earn money in cryptocurrency is bounties and airdrops, right? Now, bounties are how do I explain bounties that you understand? Bounties and airdrops, they are similar, right? They are similar, but mostly what bounties are is that a cryptocurrency project comes up and then they give people a set of tasks to do. So they can tell you to either solve a puzzle, they can tell you to maybe try and do what is called test nets, like try out their platform. They can say, okay, anybody that tries out our platform will reward them with cryptocurrency, right? Or they can just tell you to you shall have to do something. You shall have to do something, maybe follow their Twitter handle, create content for them, create GIFs for them or memes for them, and then they will reward you with cryptocurrency, right? Or you can do airdrops. Now, airdrops are basically free money, right? And this is the part I recommend. Most people in Nigeria, we don't have money to actually enter into the crypto space. The easiest way to enter into the crypto space is through airdrops, right? Because with airdrops, airdrops are a crypto project comes up and then they want to grow their community. They want to grow, what's the word now? They want to grow adoption. Yeah, adoption is the word. They want to grow adoption in their community. So they tell people, okay, please join our project. The first set of people that join our project, they'll receive some amount of coins from our project, right? So they grow adoption for their projects and then you get rewarded for being a part of their community at the early stages. So airdrops have been a form of crazy money over the years. Last year, I made cool money from airdrops. This year, I've made cool money from airdrops, right? So get airdrops, get into airdrop projects, get into projects and actually get started, right? Now, the third way is through trading. Trading is the most popular one we know. There are various types of trading, of cryptocurrency trading, and I will not bother to go into because this is just a basic class just to introduce people into the blockchain space, right? So okay. So trading is just all about, like the name implies, buying and selling, right? You can sell cryptocurrency coins either on exchanges. You can do on exchanges. You can stake your coins. You can stake your coins. By staking that, it means locking up your coins in a project for a particular period of time, right? They reward people for that too. So because of the volatility of the crypto market space, to discourage people from selling their crypto assets, they can tell people, okay, lock your cryptocurrency in our projects for so amount of time, right? Maybe for a month, for 6 months, for a year, for 2 years. And then for locking, they reward you for locking your cryptocurrency there, right? So trading is just one form of cryptocurrency. There's also the arbitrate form of trading, escrow trading, and a lot. So by arbitrate trading, what arbitrage means is this. So let's say I go to um let me check for someone's name in the chat box. Let's say I go to, okay, Mr. Ibrahim says he's a UI UX designer. So let's say I own Ibrahim Exchange, right? I go to Ibrahim Exchange and I see that Ibrahim Exchange is trading Ethereum for $10, right? And I go to Ijoma Exchange and I see that Ijoma Exchange is trading Ethereum for $12. I can quickly run um to Ibrahim Exchange, buy that Ethereum of $10, and then go and resell in Ijoma Exchange for $12, and then I make a profit of $2. So most of these Asian guys, that's what they do a lot. They do that a lot because there's a lot of difference in their trading platforms. They have these differences in their trading platforms. So all those guys that buy cryptocurrency from you, most of the time they sell to those Asian guys. They sell to them and make their profit, and life goes on, right? That's one of the way of making money from cryptocurrency. And now the fourth way is through content creation and influencer marketing, right? So I had one of my bosses who last year a crypto project came to him and then they told him, please, we need you to talk about our project to your community. Just talk to them about our community and let's see how it goes. Let them be a part of our community, right? And then he talks to those. He got some people together. He got like over 200 of us together, and then talked to us, and then we hopped into the project. And we didn't know they were paying him for that talk, right? We didn't know they were paying. They paid him $5 for everybody that joined that project. $5 for everybody that joined that project, and over 200 of us joined that project. So that guy earned over $1,000 just for telling us about the project and telling us to join the project, right? It didn't cost us anything to join the project. All we had to do was register. You get for free, right? And he earned over $1,000 for that. So influencer marketing is a big stuff now in the crypto space, right? Projects are willing to pay heavily for you to promote adoption of their cryptocurrency, right? Now, content creation too. We have platforms like STEMit, and the like that actually paid people. I don't know if they still pay, but they were as at 3-4 years ago, they were paying people for creating content on their platform, right? So that's just how to make money. Okay, and the last way is not actually yet. The last way is through investing, right? So there's some persons that are long-term investors in cryptocurrency space. So they buy a token, they buy a coin, and then they keep it for a long period of time, right? So, for example, what happened to them? We all have been hearing about Shiba now. Shiba, I don't know what it's called. SHIB, right? I've been hearing about it and how it made people multi-millionaires last week too, right? So most of the people that made the bulk of money in Shiba last week were people who had bought last year, or at least February this year. These were the guys that made massive money from Shiba, right? So I even had a boss that bought Shiba of what I think he bought for, how much was it now? I think it was $1. He bought $1 out of Shiba, and then that $1 was now worth over $100. He even bought late. He bought like 3 months ago, $1 worth of Shiba, and then that $1 worth of Shiba is now worth over $100. You get, so those are long-term investors in the cryptocurrency space. So you can just take a look at it and decide what works for you as a person, right? So please, if you understand, please just type in the chat box, I understand. Or if you have a question, just type it in the chat box and I'll address it, please. All right. So we're moving ahead. Just type your question, I'll see it, and then I'll address it, right? Now, what you need to get started in crypto. What do you need to get started in crypto? You have foundational knowledge about the crypto space. You know a bit about it. My slides are for me. I'm not sure I can get the slides, but I'll try and see if I can give you guys a recording. Mr. Ibrahim, but My slides are my own. My slides are my own. Right? Okay, cool. So, what do you need to get started in crypto? What do you need to get started in crypto? You've heard about crypto, you've heard about the blockchain. Some friends have been asking, how do I get started? What do I need to do and stuff. So, here's how to get started. One, you need a willingness to learn, to always learn. The cryptocurrency is shifting like crazy now. Like it's shifting like crazy now. This week alone, the cryptocurrency space has moved over 3 ecosystems this week alone. This week that just finished, we went from the Solana system. Under the Solana system, we have some coins that are called dogs, right? We moved from the dogs down to gaming, and now we're into another one. I think I can't remember the last one, but we're moving to something else again this week, right? Last 2 weeks, what's it called now? NFTs were the craze. Like everybody was cashing out in NFT, but right now NFTs, people have eased off NFTs and have moved to other things, right? That doesn't mean NFTs are not still profitable, but the crypto space is moving like crazy. So you have to have the willingness to always learn, right? If you're not ready to learn in the crypto space, you will surely be left behind. Last year, the Ethereum network was the money printing cow. Guys made millions, sorry, not billion, billions of naira. Yes, millions of dollars is equals to billions of naira. People made millions of dollars, billions of naira in the cryptocurrency, in the Ethereum network, right? Early this year, BSC network was also trending, right? People made like crazy money in the BSC network early this year, February, March, April, right? Before the crash came. And now, after the crash, like around, I think 2 months ago, Solana system was printing money like mad. So some persons are still in the Ethereum system, Ethereum network. They don't even know that the tide has moved. I see some people still telling me shitcoins have moved, right? So there are a lot of other money printing places. So you have to be open to learn, steady, open to learn and research. Now the next thing is once you have that willingness to learn, you need a cryptocurrency wallet, right? So should we do a quick practical now? Who's interested in a quick practical? So we can do that. Type in the chat box if you're interested in a quick practical. So I want us to open a cryptocurrency wallet right now. If you're interested, just let me know. Or we can move on to other things, please. All right. Now, for those of you here who don't have a cryptocurrency wallet, just go to your Play Store, go to your Play Store or your iOS store and download the Trust Wallet app. The Trust Wallet app. I think there's a fake on there. So check for the one that has a lot of reviews. I think over 100,000 reviews. So just go to okay, Ibrahim says he has bundle, say he has Trust Wallet. Okay, amazing, Ibrahim. Michael Otete, I hope I pronounced that right. Go to your Play Store, download your Trust Wallet, or if you are using an iPhone says, okay, sir, okay, go and download the Trust Wallet from your Google. Once you are done downloading, just tell me I'm done. It will not take you seconds, please. It should be a quick one. So download your Trust Wallet. Once you have downloaded it, say done, and then we move. I want you to have a cryptocurrency wallet before we leave this session. Sorry. Go to Play Store, download the Trust Wallet app. Check for the one that has over 100,000 reviews, and download that Trust Wallet app. Once you are done, tell me I am done. Are we done? Are we done? Oh, time is fast spent. Most of time, I'll just quickly explain the process, right? Maybe I should just explain the process. Okay, Michael Otete say he's done. Amazing. So once you are done, open the Trust Wallet and click on create new wallet. Okay, iPhone said it's downloading. Okay, cool. Mr. Michael, go and type click on create click on create new wallet. Now you see what's known as some key phrases, right? You'll see a list of words. I think they are normally 12 or thereabouts. So please write those words down. Once you click on create new wallet, it will randomly generate a list of words for you. Please write them down. If you misplace those words, every asset you have in your cryptocurrency wallet is gone. Like it's really, really gone. So please save those, like write them down. Don't save it in your mail, because if somebody hacks your mail, the person can have access to it. So use a pen, a paper, and write it down. Write it down on a, what's it called now? Write it down somewhere that you won't misplace it, right? Somewhere very safe. Concrete. So once you are done writing it, it might ask you to verify what you wrote. Like maybe ask you what is word number 5, word number 6. So you just do that quickly, and then you have created a cryptocurrency wallet, right? It's very easy, very straightforward, and very clear to do, right? So once you are done, you would see it will now bring out Ethereum. I think it will bring out BSC, Binance Smart Chain, and some other networks, right? iPhone, are you done downloading? Were you successful in downloading? Okay. So that's just how to create a cryptocurrency wallet, right? Now, because of time, I'll still move on to other things right now. Now, the next thing you need is a crypto exchange account. A crypto exchange account. Now, there are a lot of exchanges available. There are a lot of exchanges available, but I recommend Binance. Reason being that Binance has a lot of coins, has a lot of tokens available there, and they are really very friendly with Africans. It's one of the biggest exchange platforms in Africa as it stands, right? So I recommend Binance a lot. So with Binance, you can fund your Binance wallet. This is not a class to teach. Binance is a whole different topic on its own. You can spend 2 days talking about Binance, and we're not done. Binance is beyond a crypto exchange platform. It's a full ecosystem on its own, right? So we'll not be talking about Binance today. But if you want to get a crypto exchange account, I recommend getting Binance, right? So for those of you who need to create a Binance account, I can send you a link in the group chat, and you can use that to create a Binance account, right? So create a Binance account, then verify your account. You can verify it. It does not accept voters card, but they accept the passport. We call it international passport, but it's actually a passport. They accept the passport. They accept not the paper ID card, not the paper name. They accept the plastic name, right? So you can use that or a passport to verify, or a driver's license. I think they accept a driver's license too, to verify your crypto exchange account, right? Now, the last thing you need to get started in crypto is access to the right information. Information rules the crypto space. Information can cost you money in the crypto space, or it can make you money, right? Sometime last month, I made very cool amount of money in crypto space, over like serious amount of money, like all those kind of life-changing money. I made it last month in cryptocurrency space, right? And it's because I got an information. So information matters a lot. You need access to the right information. You can get those informations by being active on following some pages, Twitter accounts. There's some people, you just need to follow their accounts on Twitter. All those big dogs in the crypto space, follow their accounts, right? You can join airdrop groups. The group you are in currently, the group we have, like we are all in, right? I'll be posting some valuable information there once in a while, so you can just be there and get access to those information, right? So, and if you have people in the crypto space, you can pay for courses. Most of those people that pay for courses or signals, sorry, it's called signals. Pay for signals. You have access to timely information that will actually make you money, right? I belong to a crypto group that we pay over 100. At a point, we paid over 100,000 naira per month to join that group, right? And I can show you we made over 100,000 naira. in the first 2 weeks. We made over 100,000. We made back our money in the first 2 weeks, and then the rest was profit, right? So some persons will tell you to join my signal group is 100,000. Some will tell you it's 20,000. If they are legit, if they are good, and you have the funds, you can pay. Well, the starting point is from airdrops. Make money from airdrops first, then you can use the money to now join those groups, those expensive groups, right? All right, so let's move on. We're almost done with this class, so let's move on. I think that's all. That's all for now. So I don't know. Does anybody have any questions to ask me? That's all for now. Does anybody have any questions to ask me at this point? I'm willing to take your questions and then we can move. I wish I could unmute everybody. You cannot. I think. Can you guys talk? Can you guys talk? If you can talk, you can unmute yourself and ask a question, please. Any questions, please, at this point? At this point, I'll stop sharing my screen. Stop sharing my screen at this point. So, any questions? Any questions, please? Please, can you let me know how the class was for you? Can I get feedback? How was the class? Were you able to learn something from the class? Were you able to learn something from the class? Like, how was the class generally as a whole?
The class was really informative.
All right, Mr. Ibrahim says the class was really informative. All right, any other person? How was the class for you? I just really need to get feedback so I can know how best to proceed. Any other person, please? How was the class for you? You can type it in the comment section if you can't talk where you are. How was the class? All right, while we are waiting for that, I said there's someone I want to bring, and I think I've forgotten who said I should bring her on. Someone said I can bring her on, so I'll still drop it in the group, and if we're all interested in bringing her on, I can schedule a time with her. I think the time she's free is mostly on Thursday evenings, right? So I can schedule her, and then we'll move from there. You will not register, Mr. Michael. You will not really register anything. To ask you to create a wallet, right? To ask you to create a wallet. To ask you to create a new wallet. Then have you written down your once you want to create a wallet, it will tell you to what's it called now? It will give you some seed phrases, right? Some words. So please write those words down. Write those words down, Mr. Michael. Write them down. If you lose those words, your money is gone. So it just tell you create a new wallet. Click on create new wallet. Then you see something like back up your wallet or something. You see it says back up your wallet. Click on I understand. Click on continue. Then those 12 words, please write them down. They are called your recovery phrase. Write them down. Write them down. Don't copy and paste in your email. Write them down and then you're good to go. Right? Okay. So Mr. Duru says Wala for all lose their 12 words. Please, those words are important. If you have $1 million inside there and you lose them, they are gone. Right? Mr. Michael said, I heard you say something about Binance. Yeah, I said as someone starting out in the crypto space, you should have a Binance account. You should have a Binance account, right? Binance is a cryptocurrency exchange website. So have a Binance account, and then once I'll send a link that you can use to register on Binance, right? So once you're done with the registration and everything, try and verify your account. And to verify your account, you need they don't accept voters card, Nigerian voters card. They don't accept it. So you need a passport or an international passport, or you can use a driver's license, a passport, driver's license, or the NIN, plastic national identification number, not the paper one, the plastic one, right? So you can use any of those to verify your account and you're good to go, right? Okay. I believe we all had a great time together. If I can get the recording, I'll get the
Yes,
recording.
please, I have a question.
Okay, please
Sorry.
go ahead, please. Go ahead, please.
Thank you for the class. This is Victoria.
Welcome.
Right. So you said, okay, are you trying to say that Binance is not under the Trust Wallet? Like, we're supposed to register for it. I thought we were going to see it under the Trust Wallet because I've
Now,
set up the Trust Wallet.
Trust Wallet. You can see, when you open your Trust Wallet, it's just something like Binance Smart Chain, right?
What I'm saying is Bitcoin, Ethereum, BNB, Smart Chain.
Yeah. Smart Chain and BNB, they are tokens, they are built on the Binance network, right? Those are tokens built on the Binance network. But now, Binance on its own is a cryptocurrency exchange website, right? So on Trust Wallet, what you can do is to probably store your wallet, store your coins, right? You can store your coins on Trust Wallet. You can swap your coins, right? But most of the time, when you want to trade, if you want to trade cryptocurrency, you need an exchange website. You can't really trade on Trust Wallet. You need a cryptocurrency exchange website. And to do that, there are a lot of cryptocurrency exchange websites, but Binance is the most preferred for Africans because of its ease and they have a lot of tokens on Binance. There are a lot of tokens available on Binance. So that's why I always recommend Binance, right? But over time, with time, you get to use other platforms. As you grow in the crypto space, you get to experiment with other platforms. Well, as it stands now, Binance is the simplest and actually the best for now for Africans, right? All right, you're welcome. You're welcome. Okay. Any other questions? Any other questions? Omotoke, any questions? Mr. Adiola Samuel, any questions? Choma, any questions? Mr. Chukuneye is a pro in this, so I'm sure he doesn't have any questions. Or Mr. Chukuneye, do you have any questions? I doubt. All right, so in the absence of any other questions, I think we have done justice to today. And if I can, I will, Mr. Chukuneye, I'm not your girl. If I can, I would. Okay, let me hear your questions, Mr. Chukuneye. No problem. So while we wait for Mr. Chukuneye's questions, if I can, I would get a recording to this and post it on the group chat if I can, right? But I think I need to join a lot of videos together. Well, let's see how it goes because of the network fluctuations, right? So Mr. Chukuneye, I'm waiting for your questions. So yes. If you lose those words, iPhone, if you lose those words, you cannot recover them. They are gone for life. All your assets in those wallets are gone. That's why I said write them down. I have like 3 places I wrote my recovery phrases, right? So just write them down. So Mr. Chukuneye says, how does one get started with legit airdrops? Now the thing about airdrops is airdrops are just a way for people to grow adoption of their projects, right? So you cannot know if an airdrop if a project will become successful or not, right? So when you talk about airdrops, you do any kind of airdrop we see, we just do airdrops, and then if you do 100 airdrops, at least one will become successful. So once that project becomes successful, in quotes, you cash out, you can try to, if you believe in the project so much, you can try to hold on to your coins. But most of the time, once the project becomes successful, you cash out and life goes on. You get. So to get started with legit crypto projects, just make sure you I'll be dropping some airdrop links, some airdrops in our group, right? I'll be dropping some airdrops from time to time, right? I think the Algorand network right now is a network that is expected to blow very soon. And some other, I think which other network again? Algorand and Phantom networks. They're expected to blow anytime from now. So people are doing there are a lot of airdrops, there are a lot of new projects coming up on those platforms, right? So I'll be dropping the airdrop links in the group and then just be doing them. They're not hard to do. They're not hard to do. Just do them and then we're good to go. Okay, Mr. Michael, I'll send the registration links. So Mr. Chukwuemeka says, I think you need to tell us about the various wallet addresses. Like if I send the B20 tokens into the ERC20 wallet address, what happens? Okay, okay. Now, that would be a different class on its own, right? Maybe if there's a need to, I'll do the class how to actually send tokens on your wallet, how to I might even teach the basics of trading, right? How to actually trade on Binance quickly. You get, I'll just teach some of those things and then we'll go from there. But that will be a different class on its own. It's very easy, right? But it's something that needs to be calmed down and explained to, right? Maybe I'll hold on that free class for that and I will know how to go from there. Mr. Chukwuneye says, let me end my questions here. Thank you so much, Mr. Chukwuneye. Thank you so much. I really, really appreciate everyone for coming, for your time, learning and everything. Thank you so much. I really, really appreciate you. Thank you. So we'll meet in the group and we'll continue from there. At this point, I'll be ending the class. Do have a lovely evening. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you so much. Okay. How do they end sections here now? Okay.